Yeah. Okay. Quite bored. Going to play some music to satisfy my own desires, I guess. Man, my hands are cold. Didn't realize how cold I was. Oh, pressure in my ear today. having a lot of issues with my ear. Twitching pretty good today. Gosh, finger freezing. Why are you so cold? Stupid weather. So it's supposed to be like 60 next week or something, but apparently today it's cold. You guys keep running to the door like there's somebody there, but there has not been anybody there yet today. All day. Every time you ran to the door, not one person has been there. Very, very concerned about potential people coming to the door. They don't have to be coming, they just have to think they're coming. Oh, that's why. Oh, I'm surprised. My phone's not annoying me. Oh, because it's not near me. Oh. Yeah, just playing around, messing around, trying to get my fingers moving. I played for a while last night just to play. I only sang like 2 of the songs, but I played like 12 songs. I was just bored. I just like opened the book and was playing a bunch of ones I haven't played in a while, and some I have, and some I've kind of messed up on the chord progression, but just trying to get my my head back where it should be. And let's see here. Oh man. Somebody sent it to me. Yes, little short. Ah. Ah, sounds better. That's it. Man. Why am I so cold? God, I can't even get my fingers to cooperate. It's so cold. I wasn't even like this last night. This is wild. I'll do a song or two. Get warm. Right. All right. Why'd you fall off there again? What are you doing? So this is supposed to be easy. But apparently my hands are not being exactly cooperative. So we'll see how I do. All right, fingers, you are not cooperating at all. Holy shit. It's going on. E. Man, just not doing anything I'm trying to do. Come on, fingers. Come on. Help me out here. That is not what you've never done that. I cannot get my finger. Please stop. Come on, give me a chance. I ain't got to play one song yet. Come on, hands. Come on. I get it. I'm twitching like crazy and everything's going weird, but at least slide across the damn strings. It doesn't even sound good. I'm fucking missing every part of it. This is very weird. This is very, very frustrating. Man, can't even get to singing it. Can't even get my fingers to play the easiest stuff. This is insane. Why is this doing this? Come on, hands. You were fine last night when you were playing all by yourself to nobody, but now suddenly today you're like, nah, then we're done. We're not doing this today. Come on, fingers. Why? Why are you struggling just to even put onto the guitar? So sloppy sounding. I don't know what this horrific pressure is in my ear, but it hurts really bad. I can't hear. It's been weeks that this has been bothering me, possibly, really months. It's been going for so long. I just want to be able to hear properly. just got me so unfocused. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Well, man, Happy New Year. It is having trouble getting my fingers started, and I'm trying to sing a song that's not even anything I normally would do. Just trying to learn it. It's easy. It's just 3 chords, but I am struggling to get my hands moving today. So I played last night. I played 12 songs just sitting there by myself just because I hadn't played songs in a couple days. Just been busy around the house and stuff. So I was like, I gotta sit down for more than 15 minutes and play. And this was a song my wife handed me. So yeah, we'll see what I can do. So we'll see how it goes. The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I've never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. And I don't wanna fall in love. And I don't wanna fall in love with you, with you. What a wicked game to play. Oh, this is terrible. Let's try that again. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. God, my fingers just don't want to do that. They don't want to slide that. They keep pinching over for some, I don't know why. Why is this happening? Just a full-on twitch. Every time I try to go to that B minor, my fingers fold over and get stuck. And I'm trying like heck to get my finger to go to the bar, but it won't even, my finger won't move. Let me try. Maybe this. Maybe I can do this. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe I just have to do it as a bar. All right, fuck it. Take it from the top. me but you. This strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you, with you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. And I don't wanna fall in love with you. The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. Oh, and I wanna fall in love. And I wanna fall in love with you, with you. Nobody love no one. I don't know if that was any better, but whatever. I got through it. Good enough. Good enough. Where is the stack of new songs? I'm slightly confused. Yeah, well. I wonder where the other book is. I hope everybody is having a good day. I see 2 people are in here, so that's more than none. Let's see here. Where the heck? Oh, jeez. Durr. Don't look to on, son. You'll hurt yourself. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Well, did you do anything fun for the holiday? Ooh, how was your night? Did your night finish out? Well, I fell asleep, Mr. Steve. I fell asleep, and that was the end of the drizzle for the evening. I ran out of juice. And I was like, I wish I was on that train right now. That sounds much better. I'm sure. How late did you guys stay up? Oh man. God, I really gotta get my hand moving today. It's being mean to me. Holy cow. So you guys are probably cooking at that point. That one's not fun to do, though. That's out. Sure, why not? Do the same. Oh, we were trying to learn Metallica the other night, and that's one of the ones I'd like to try that one again today. My hand is not cooperating, but we'll give it a shot at some point here. Gone. No John Denver today. No John Denver. I'm sure. Crossing strings. Don't cross the strings. Yeah, no, I was sitting there going, oh, I got a lot of want for that to be in my face right now. Highly. What happened to Elias? I haven't seen him around in so long. It's funny, when I was sitting here playing by myself, I was just like making up things and moving my hands around, and now I'm like, let's play some songs you've done a million times that are actually quite easy. It's funny though. Oh, nice. Is it a boss? Like a katana or something? To all the people doing line, don't do it. Inject your soul with liberty. It's free. To all the kids with heroin eyes, don't do it, don't do it. 'Cause it is not what it seems. No, no, it's not what it seems. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Na 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 na. To all the parents with sleepless nights, sleepless nights, tie your kids home to their beds, clean their heads. To all the kids with heroin eyes, don't do it, don't do it. 'Cause it is not what it seems. No, no, it's not what it seems. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Na 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 na. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Hey, John. Good to see you, my friend. I think that was really just to get my fingers moving, honestly, because that's like just moving between like a couple now. Hopefully my ring and pinky will catch up in due time. I don't know, somewhere in there. Yeah, let's see if I can cheat my way through it now. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say. And nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. Oh, but I know so close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. Oh, but I know never open myself this way. My hands are not cooperating. Come on, fingers, please. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say. And nothing else matters. Never care for what they say. Never care for games they play. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. Oh, and I know so close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters. Well, I got through it. Good enough. Happy enough for me. Of course, like as soon as I got started, just like, holy cow, dogs. You know them. That's your own family. You don't have to bark at them. They're the same humans that are here every day. I promise. It sounded like you're gonna tear somebody apart. Like, jeez almighty, calm down. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you. Mediocre at best, but I think that's my second full time through it now, so I hadn't pulled it out in a couple of days. hours in the night. I remember Halloween, dead cats hanging from poles, little dead are out in groves. I remember Halloween, brown leaf vertigo, skeletal life is known. I remember Halloween, this day anything goes, burning bodies hanging from poles. I remember Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. Candy apples and razor blades, little dead are soon in graves. I remember Halloween, this day anything goes, burning bodies hanging from poles. I remember Halloween, 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 Halloween. Oh yeah, certainly. I guess I could. No, my hands are just not cooperating, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do this way as well. I'll light the fire, you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love song all night long for me, and only for me. Come to me now, and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room, the windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, and only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard, but everything is easy because of you. And I la 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 Our house is a very, very, very fine house. We've got 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy because of you. I'll light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. All right, let's see here. Later, Steve. Ouch! Son of a gun. Stupid book. My book hurt me. Yeah, I've gone fast with it, the punk rock style, like Lagwagon or something. They do it, but I figured I'd try it a little slower. My hands aren't working very well today, and might as well try and do something where it sounds good. Oh my gosh, my dogs are on a barking rampage. 3 dogs. Too many dogs. Oh my God, shut up, stupid. I hope I was able to impress Stever with my ability to play through the dogs barking now. That was back when I first started playing, that was the thing, is like I couldn't have the kids talking, I couldn't have sounds in the background. I had to like go hide in a room to be able to like hear the sounds. Now I can tell if my guitar's out of tune over the sounds in the room, and I love it. It makes me feel much more confident when I try to do it, at least. Okay. So I think I'm going to try and make this up as I go, because it doesn't look like. All right. Kelly back again. I sent you a message on Instagram to see if you wanted to play around with me. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. The connotations wearing nerves are thin. Could it be semantics generating the mess we're in? I understand that language breeds stereotype. But what's the explanation for malice, for the spite? Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. I wasn't right here. I was born, circumcised and categorized, allegiance sworn. Does this mean I have to take the shit for being fair-skinned? No, I ain't part of no conspiracy. I'm just your average Joe. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. It represents everything I hate. The soap shoved in my mouth to cleanse the mind. The vast majority of sheep, a button collar, starched and bleached, constricting veins, the blood flow to the brain slows. They're so fucking ordinary white. Don't call me white. Oh, we're better off this way. Oh, say what you're gonna say. So go ahead and label me an asshole, 'cause I can accept responsibility for what I've done, but not for who I am. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Some no effects. All right. As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. The Senecas are an Indian tribe of the Iroquois Nation. Down on the New York-Pennsylvania line, you'll find their reservation. After the U.S. Revolution, Corn Planter was the chief. He told the tribe these men they could trust. That was his true belief. He went down to Independence Hall, and there a treaty was signed that promised peace with the USA and Indian rights combined. George Washington gave his signature, and the government gave its hand. They said that now and forevermore, that this was Indian land. As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. On the Seneca Reservation, there is much sadness now. Washington's treaty has been broken, and there's no hope now. Across the Allegheny River, they are throwing up a dam. It will flood the Indian country. A proud day for Uncle Sam. It has broke the ancient treaty, and with a politician's grin, it will drown the Indian graveyards. Corn planter, can you swim? The earth is mother to the Senecas. They're trampling sacred ground. Change the mint green earth to black mud flats as honor hobbles down. As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. The Iroquois Indians used to rule from Canada to way down south, but no one fears the Indians now and smiles the liar's mouth. The Senecas hired an expert to figure another site, but the great good army engineers said, yeah, no right. Although he showed them another plan and he showed them another way, they laughed in his face and said, no deal. Kinzua Dam is here to stay. Congress turned the Indians down and brushed off the Indians' plea. So the Senecas have renamed the dam. They call it Lake Perfidy. As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. Washington, Adams, and Kennedy now hear their pledges ring. The treaties are safe. We'll keep our word. What's that gurgling? It's a backwater from Perfidy Lake, and it's rising all the time. Over the homes and over the fields, and over the promises fine. No boats will sail on Lake Perfidy, and in the winter it will fill. In the summer it will be a swamp, and all the fish will kill. But the government of the USA has corrected George's vow. The father of our country must be wrong. What's an Indian anyhow? As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, thirsty? As long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. I say melanin deficient. Maybe that would work. I'm melanin deficient. My ancestors hung out in the snow up in the north for too long, and it's got all white and pasty. It's weird. All right. So nobody was here anyway. So now that my fingers are starting to work, maybe I can do this one. I was struggling so hard when I first started out just a little while ago. It was terrible. All right, fingers still being a little iffy. They're not being conducive today. But I want to get this with my fingers properly. The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I've never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. And I wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you, with you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, don't wanna fall in love with you. The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, no. I wanna fall in love. I want to fall in love. With you. With you. There's nobody in love. No one. I feel like that's probably an improvement from my first one. Oh, man. What if I got something there? There you go. No. I do this one all the time. Okay. Hopefully that was an improvement. I'll listen to the stream later and just see if it sounds anything like what I was trying for. Wonder what happens if I slow this down. Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. I've got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor. That's right, I've got a floor. So what? So what? So what? I've got pockets full of Kleenex and Linton hulls where everything that's important to me just seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, Linoleum. Linoleum supports my head, gives me something to believe. Oh boy, how did that happen? The heck is it? Just apparently I picked up. A page that looked identical. There we go. Like the same amount of pages and everything. That's me on the B-side, combing the sand. Metal meter in my hand, sport in a pocket full of change. That's me on the street with a violin under my chin, playing with a grin, singing gibberish. That's me on the back of the bus. That's me inside the cell. That's me inside your head. That's me inside your head. That's me. That's me inside your head. Had to find a page. Hey. You want to jump up? Feel free now. Click on that. I can always just delete that after. Not like anybody's going to try and jump in and porn bomb me anyway. I'm not important enough. I don't stream enough for people to care to do stuff like that. I don't have panels or anything, so. Well, I think that's the sign that I should just do the song because half of it landed on my board in confusion of the other song, so. I have friends. Hey, look.
That's hilarious.
Now I do. I have friends.
All right.
It's good. I see as an adult, I've learned I have much fewer friends and many more acquaintances.
I know. It is sad, isn't it? I had that conversation with my husband today. Yeah, like an hour or two ago. Yeah.
Ironic.
It is.
Like there's a lot of people that, I call them friends, but when was the last time they called me on a holiday or like check to see how my family was doing or something like, I think we're just acquaintances. I think so. It's like, don't you remember all your friends from childhood? I was like, well, yeah, I had friends in childhood, but that was during my childhood.
Exactly.
Not like they came along on the journey with me and we continued being best friends all along. It's like your life changes. Like, name 5 of your friends from before. Like, do I even have 5 friends anymore? I got 5 acquaintances, certainly.
I agree. Yeah, it's tragic. But anyway, that's what we were saying. We were like, you have no friends anymore.
Who needs them?
Yeah,
I've got the internet. I've got the metaverse.
We do.
Give me my virtual glasses. I don't need the real world.
It is
Sunshine,
scary.
what's that?
What's that? Yeah, we ran out to try to get supplies because it's supposed to snow.
Yeah, it's funny. Like they tried to tell us for a month that it was going to snow here, and it poured last night, and then the temperature got down to like 34, and it kind of had a little frost this morning, but it didn't make it down to 30. So Now it's going to
Oh,
get back into the 60s.
that's crazy.
So you keep that crappy weather up there.
Right. And I'm hoping that it doesn't really happen. But of course you run out and buy stuff just in case.
Best to have a couple bags of calcium chloride sitting around.
Yep.
It's always nice to have a make sure your shovel is not rotted in half. You go to shovel your snow, and all of a sudden you're like, break, like, oh yeah, we whooped this one last year. Oh yeah,
We've done that.
crap. Like go to the store to buy a shovel and realize, oh, everybody had the same problem as me, and there's no shovels left. Shit.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's not good.
Yes. It is sad. It's tragic. But anyway. You sound good, by the way.
Hey, I'm awake and alive. I've been trying so much stretching and isometric stretching and making sure I'm getting enough potassium and magnesium and calcium and all the stuff that I just feel I haven't been getting enough of lately. And
Yeah.
a couple times where we've eaten like fast food and I paid for it every single time. Like didn't have any seizures, but definitely had all the lead up factors that make me feel like I'm just about to. So it's good to know.
Yes.
Good to know that I'm not falling over because I've hit the point where I'm allowed to drive now.
Okay.
Just like a week or two ago,
Mhm.
and so I'm allowed to drive, but I'm still not. I've
don't
I've
blame
driven
you.
like 4 times. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm the best driver I know, but that doesn't mean anything if I'm sitting there having a seizure in the front seat.
It does not. Yeah.
It will help me none, no matter how skilled I am. I could be the best driver in the world, and it will not help me if I'm going stupid.
It is bad. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Nah. And after being in the community groups for epilepsy for the last few years, it's pretty straightforward now these days. I don't test things as much anymore because I've heard
That's
all
good.
the horror stories. It makes it scarier to think about, like where I used to say, hell with it, I'm just going to climb on this roof and get this 4-story roof done, and hell with it, there's nobody here, but I got to get this done today, so I'll get up there and climb up, and I'd be up on roofs all by myself, and I'd start to get weird
really
and
bad.
like lay over the ridge of the roof, and like one day I even had to like strap myself to a chimney. So I was like, this can't be the case. Yes, thank goodness they are finally back at school, and luckily because Tuesday and yesterday, little one, he got like some sort of stomach bug, and was just both ends. Oh boy, for like 2 days. None of us got it though.
That's
like,
really
did you
weird.
like put something in your mouth you shouldn't have or something?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're like,
yes.
what the hell did you eat that you got sick and nobody else did?
That
like
is
we all
terrible.
eat the same foods. Like I don't understand.
Wow. I bet he felt. How did he turn green?
He laid on the couch. I couldn't make him smile for 24 hours.
Oh,
He
I
did not.
believe it.
He's like, and be like, come on, buddy. You want to hear a fart joke?
No fart jokes.
Nothing.
Nothing. Aw.
Nothing.
Very tragic.
Yeah, my fingers. I think I overdid it last night, and then I got up today, and I'm twitching. The pressure in my head's really weird, and I can't hear out of my left ear very well. So I'm like, I'm sitting here at the beginning of the stream. I've kind of chilled it out. I think I'm finally starting to like that. I keep doing that crap. I start twitching and stuff, and I'm like sitting here trying to play like a chord. I was trying to play Wicked Games at the beginning, and every time I would try to lay my finger in B, my hand kept doing this, and I was like,
"Oh,
like
no.
Never mind." Like, all right, let's try this a different way. Hi.
That's crazy.
It's weird. It's so
that
weird.
is not good. Are you in Chicago? John is in Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago's too snowy. You got to get out of there.
It's rough. And Buffalo, Chicago, just all those lake effect snow areas, any of the lake effect belt. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter which side you're on. But I tell you what, being on that Erie side of it, that Buffalo Erie side, always
Terrible.
flying out of Buffalo in the wintertime, and like,
Oh,
you get up there, and it's like you can't even use plows up there. You have to use the big buckets. Like, you have to have a giant tractor with a bucket on it, big old track, and stuff.
that's
It's like
terrible.
it's the only way that they scoop, and they'll scoop like all the snow piles will be like 12 to 18 feet high. Like, you can't see the other side of the roads anywhere you go. Like, 'cause there's just nowhere to put all that snow. It's just eventually
A
you
lot.
run out of space. And so you just have to keep piling it and piling it and piling it. It's so wild. It's like I always look at the space view from Earth, the Earth view, and look at when we have the big storms and watch it come across Niagara Falls and up through Lake Erie and all that.
Yes.
And you can see like where it literally piles down and slowly dissipates as it gets down towards mid-state. So if it's snowing down by Philly and Allentown and Harrisburg, it's a bad one.
Yes.
Usually over by the closer you get to the coast, the less it snows. Like Massachusetts, it would be freezing. It would be like negative 10 degrees outside, but there would be no snow anywhere.
No snow. Wow.
No snow. It rarely snowed. It was too cold. The moisture didn't rise. It just sat on the ground all the time. So it never really snowed all that much. It was just blisteringly cold. And then as soon as you get over to like about mid New Hampshire, then suddenly you get into the White Mountains, you get into the Killington Mountains, the Green Mountains and stuff, and suddenly it's like, oh, okay, here the snow has no problem landing here. It gets up in those hot areas and it's just fills up.
Wow.
Yeah, the Michigan side gets killed. That's what I mean. All that whole area, the whole way down from both sides of the lake, it's just nasty through there. Those years when you see Niagara Falls just frozen solid.
That is crazy. Yeah,
I hate it. Those are those years that you can, if they say that the falls have frozen, it's just a miserable winter. Like, it's just too much.
It's true.
Don't miss it. I don't.
Take me with you. I know.
I'm telling you, it was worth it at this point. I'm like, I may not love where we're at, but at the same time,
yes,
like not being in the cold and not having it not be so hot,
yes,
that you can't stand it. Like you get down to Florida. Like, I've had friends for years trying to get me to come down there to roof, and I was like,
no,
my shoes melt here. My shoes melt on the roof here, dude. I don't need to come down and stand in 140 degrees on a roof. I'm like, that's madness. And I don't understand. Yeah, but you make 3 times as much. I'm like, I don't care.
You don't care.
I end up doing all the work. Any roof I'm ever on, I'm always the head guy. And I always end up working 10 times harder than everybody. And so you think I'm going to bring that work ethic down to Florida? No, I'm going to be the laziest guy once I get there. I'm not going to do shit. You won't be able to get me to do a darn thing.
That's funny.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Anyway, I was sorry I couldn't catch you earlier. We were in a store.
I just threw it at you within 5 minutes of when I was going to do it. So it's not like I gave you a good leeway or anything. Like, hey, Kelly, I'm about to stream. Hey, Kelly, I'm streaming. You want to join? Usually we give each other a little bit more of a heads up, but
yeah.
Oh, New Orleans is awful. It's so dank down there. The air, it's like as you're breathing, it's thick. You can like feel the swampy air hit your mouth and stuff, and like you like just the taste and everything.
Oh,
I like Theo Vaughn when he says, he's like, I grew up in New Orleans. He's like, there were mushrooms everywhere. Ew. And he's like, if your buddy fell asleep in the yard long enough, they'd grow on his back. Like took a long enough nap, they'd be growing on your back. So he's like, we spent our whole childhood just walking around picking up shrooms and eating shrooms all day. Oh. Like, oh my God. I'm like, that's hilarious. He said it on a show. I'm gonna have to remember which one it was. I'll have to remember which one it was. But
wow,
he's so funny. He's such a funny guy.
That's cool. So what time did you go to sleep yesterday?
I was probably Like 2 minutes after I talked to you, I set the phone down and I was out.
Okay. Good.
And then I was up again an hour later.
Oh no.
And then I
think
was
I did the
back
same.
up again about another hour later. And
Oh.
apparently I had rolled myself into a weird position and I woke
Yes.
up and tried to roll and I like immediately got like a striking pain down my neck and just I was like,
Oh.
I'm like, okay, stand up, stand up. So at 4 a.m, I came out here and did more isometric stretching and realigned my back using the
Okay.
roller and the inversion table. So I didn't fall back asleep until about 5. And then I ended up sleeping until 9. So it was a kind of an odd night.
That's an odd sleeping schedule.
People, mud puppies are weird. Oh, they're
Yeah.
so weird. They're like the weirdest looking thing. They just look like giant worms with teeth.
Wow. How is the new one doing?
Oh, the puppy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. He had an appointment today. He's still low in weight, so we have to feed him more. Holy shit! I'm like, yeah, we get that all meat food.
Yes.
Nothing. Oh God, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than like Blue Buffalo. They want like $70-$80.
It's
and
very
stuff.
expensive. Yes.
Like you guys are out of your minds.
They
I'd
are.
rather feed them the Walmart knockoff version of the good
Yes.
stuff. The no grain, no soy, no corn. It's like really basic stuff.
Yeah.
We started using Gentle Giants.
Mm.
You ever heard of Gentle Giant brand?
Mm-mm.
It's literally like their whole thing is an advertisement, like their bag. In fact, here, it's not like I'm going anywhere. I'll grab it real quick. It's humorous, the bag itself. Oh, shit.
Gentle Giant.
The whole bag is this hilarious advertisement for their
Oh
thing.
my goodness. That's
like,
fancy. Wow.
It has pictures of these people's dogs and all this. And it's like, as seen on TV. I've never seen it on TV, so I have no idea.
We have not seen it on TV. Yeah.
But the whole thing is covered in their reviews. The average lifespan of a Great Dane is 7 to 9 years. With a complete diet of Gentle Giant. This girl has 2 twin Great Danes right here. They're 17 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what this is showing right here is when she was 4 years old, when they got the dogs, 21 years old and 20. And this is when she was a little kid. And this is them all now that she's 21 years old and they're 17. It's like this is like a 27-and-a-half-year-old dog. That's literally what the whole bag is. This dog, I'm 24, I'm 27, I'm 23. Like and you look online and you look at all the
wow, 23.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm 18 years old. I'm 27 and a half years old.
Wow.
I'm like these dogs, and they show them that people put their videos and stuff online and the pictures of their dogs and stuff. It's like these dogs aren't just old and lay there like lumps. No, these are active dogs at their advanced age, and it's like
that's pretty good.
One review after another, like, no, we've been feeding our dogs this for decades now, and they absolutely have outlived every other dog we've ever owned. And
that's crazy.
Like, well, I guess we're gonna give it a try this time.
You should.
I mean, I'm curious. I'm like, we just got an AKC German Shepherd. They're usually 9 years is about what you get out of one of those.
Wow.
And it's like, if I can get him to live like our shepherd that just died, our lab shepherd mix that made it to 15. And that was only because we only fed him a non-soy, non-grain, we got only fed him a meat-based diet, and meat and bone meal is basically what his diet is, with a little bit of like an agent that holds the foods together. Yeah. It's like usually like what is it? Glycerin, not glycerin. The gooey stuff that's in plants. That they use instead of cornstarch. God, I can't think of the name of it.
Chlorophyll.
It's that it's
Cellulose?
made. It's not like the same idea though, but that's the only plant base in it is that. Everything else is
Okay.
like chicken meal, pork meal, beef
Yeah.
meal.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh, like okay, yes, all right, I understand. It's still just ground up crappy
Mm,
parts of the animal, but guess what? That's what I make when I eat soup. I take the
pretty
entire
much.
animal, I stick it in a pot, and I boil it until the bones disappear, and then I eat soup that I throw some vegetables in. There's
Yeah.
soup. So I'm like, what's the difference? I'm like, sounds pretty good to me. It sounds like they're
That
getting a
is
better
good.
diet, taking all the guesswork out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh shoot. Hold on, my thing's playing. Yes, sometimes like I fat finger my my tablet and it just runaway music. You know, you get runaway
Oh
music.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want you to play. But
Sunshine.
anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. See, we had a lab. I think the lab was like 13, and but you know, like this poor dog had been turned over and turned over and turned over and turned over to people. Like, so he was a little bit cuckoo, you know,
Ooh.
psychologically
Yeah,
damaged.
they get weird when that happens. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, you know, you couldn't give that poor dog enough food. You know, the dog would just sneak food,
And
hide
eat itself to
food.
death if it could.
Yeah. And it would. Yeah. And I
The
yeah.
bully, the little pit bull, he is. Oh my god! Even today, he's eating all kinds of inanimate objects. So you have to
Yes,
like
and that right.
make sure that he's not chewing stuff. He got a hold of one of the kids' new foam golf balls for practice golf ball. He ate the whole damn thing.
That's
And I go
right.
outside and I'm like, well, let's make sure he passes it. And as I go
Right.
out there to look at it, there's like half of one of the green toys in there. So there's like a neon green dog turd in the yard. Like, please
Ew.
stop eating weird objects. Like, you're killing me, dude.
Wow.
He's so cute, though. He's just so darn
But you just
cute.
want to kill him? Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Oh,
Now,
sunshine. That's a
what
cool name.
species is Sunshine? The bird.
Oh, that's the
Sunshine.
bird.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sunshine's because Sunshine will they'll live like if I'm not mistaken, it's like one of those small parrots or whatever, or not a parakeet. Jesus Christ, macaw.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
You got one of the big
Gotcha.
ones. That's right. Now I'm
Yeah, they're
remembering. Oh,
pretty.
it's coming back to me. So those ones will live like what 40 to 60 years.
I
Some of
think they live
those.
a long
I know
time.
some
Yeah.
of those birds get like 20 to 25 to
Wow.
35, like the medium size, and then the
Oh,
big ones can get to like 80. Oh, 75
75
to
to
90.
90?
Yeah. So I
What?
mean those birds will like outlive their humans a lot.
That's what I was thinking.
Turtles too. That's another one. You get a turtle,
Yeah,
they'll live like indefinitely. Like they'll be 100
definitely.
plus years old and you're dead. And they've gone through you and your kids and your grandkids at this point. Like
Yikes.
there's a tortoise that they don't know how old it is. They're guesstimating right now that it's about 270. So that
Wow.
thing has been around like since the start of the dang country almost. Like this is
That is pretty
ridiculous.
scary, actually. Yes.
That's wild. It's so
And
long.
you wonder
Like
who's going to take care of it. Like when, you know,
it just it's been at this what do they call it? The serpent, not serpentarium, where they bring like lizards and reptiles and stuff.
yeah. Hmm.
It's been there, I guess, for like 15 years now, and they don't
Wow.
know its exact age, and they won't be able to know until it dies. But they just know
Gee.
based off of like fossils that they found at this point, it's older than most of the fossils. They can do tests just on it right now and see
Mm.
that it's older than most of the fossils that they found of turtles that were like 150 to 200 years old.
Mm.
So they're saying it's definitely older than 200. Like
Mm.
that's incredible.
That
That
is.
would be. Oh, are they scared of it?
They're kind of
Birds,
big.
birds can be scary. I won't
Yeah.
lie. That's like when I worked at the pet store, there'd be some that I'd be like, "Oh, please, 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 just you stay on this side of the cage, and I'm gonna just try to clean out your cage, buddy." And I pull the tray and like let me grab the water dish. I promise. And then they like come in at you like,
Oh.
go away.
Mm.
I can't swat you away. Like I have to just let it happen because they're pet store animals. I can't punch it and kill the bird, like, get out of here. Like, no, you have to just let it do its thing, and then you have to try and catch it subtly after the
Yes.
fact that they escape.
Mm.
Oh
Mm.
my God, rodents, snakes, and
No,
stuff.
thank you. Oh,
Oh,
no,
but
thank you. Yes.
that hiss sound where they like stick their tongue. Birds. Oh my God, that's exactly the one I'm talking about. I'm like, all right, never mind. You ain't getting no bug. You ain't getting no piece of fruit. I ain't trying
No
to lose
fruit for
my
you.
finger. Like I ain't trying to lose my fingernail. Like, then peel your fingernail off like a soda can tablet, like
Mm.
pink, like oh gosh. We
Well,
think of ourselves as being like the most dominant or like the king of the totem pole, but it's like we really are not all that impressive.
mm,
A gang of cats could destroy us.
it's
You
true.
walk up on a couple of dogs. One big dog will take down a human any day of the week.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We were listening to David Choey. You know who that is? He worked for
Mm.
Vice TV, and
Oh, yeah.
he was the dude who hitchhiked everywhere for his whole
Yep.
childhood and went all over the place.
Amazing.
And he was talking about how he went to Africa to try and find the what the heck was it? Not a triceratops. Jeez almighty. It's a type of dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to find a dinosaur that everybody there was like, oh yeah, there's one here. It's still alive. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
so he went into the jungle to try and find it, and they said that everybody that he finds and talks to says that yeah, it exists. It's like 30-foot long and like not a brontosaurus, not a gosh, it's one of the common ones, not a triceratops. It's not what they
that's
said.
scary.
Yeah, but he said that they yeah, that would be a key, being able to fly away. That would be nice. Yeah, he said he was like, he's like, we were living in the jungle, and he's like, they put a GoPro on one of the dogs, and the dog ran up because they were hunting baboons with these tribes people.
Mm.
And he's like, we after like a day of journey or like a couple of days of journey, he's like, we ran that, like these guys just run everywhere. They just run. And he's like, they're like barely running out of breath. They'll run for hours, then stop, like dig a hole in the ground, scoop some water into the hand, and just drink the water, and then keep running again for hours. And he's like, we get up to this cave, and we see the cave entrance, and we look up, and we can see the baboons, and we're pointing at them, and they're pointing at us like, what? He's like, he's like, yeah, every time David Choey would talk about the baboon, he would say the guy, and Joe Rogan was like this was an interview from years ago. He's like, yeah, he's like, do you he's like, you keep calling him guy. He's like, dude, he looked like a human. He's sitting there doing everything that we're doing, only hairier.
Oh,
like he's like, they even look like us. They look like us. They act like us. They're sitting there. He's like doing hand gestures and like doing all the same things. And he's like, it was so weird. He's like, so they set this dog with a GoPro up, and the baboon lifts the dog, bites its sack off, and then body slams it to the ground and kills the dog. And like, holy, and they ended up retrieving the camera. They got the camera back.
oh my
And
goodness,
got the footage and all that. Like, wow, like that
is crazy.
intense. It's like you just think that, like, in the reality, we're so insignificant and so useless as humans. We don't have claws.
No, we don't.
We can't run very fast. We don't fly. We don't.
Nope.
I don't know who said that we have domain over the animals, but that's dreaming. You're dreaming.
Well, that is crazy. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on, right?
In the world. Oh my God. 21 states at once today got bomb threats.
Ooh, that's a lot. Wow.
Did you know we were the ones who just bombed over in the Middle East? We just set a bunch of bombs. Oh, here, let's have 7 wars. 2 wasn't enough, so we've now
Yeah,
escalated it to 7 now. Now we're fighting 7 countries, and a
that
bunch
is
of the
crazy.
countries that were allies at that for the longest time, even though they didn't claim to be allies, Iran
Right.
and all them, they're all starting to say, "Hey, buddy, we're going BRICS. We're going to drop that petrodollar and we're going to go
Mm,
BRICS and
mm,
good luck." Like, you guys, we're sitting here, the whole world's sitting here telling you guys, you need to stop back in Israel. This is not okay what they're doing. And they're going, no,
mm,
no, the Gaza bad. The Gaza and the Palestinians, the Hamas, they like whatever word they're using that day
yeah.
to demonize a whole group of people. Like, you guys are sick. You guys are fucking
Mm,
sick in the head. It's
mm,
it's it's terribly frustrating to watch, especially when
yeah.
you see somebody you'll like see somebody post something and like put an
Yeah.
Israel flag up, like, oh, like you're kidding, right? Like,
Yeah.
search your inner morals, find in the inside of you where
Mm,
compassion and humanity exists. I know there's some people out there that are truly psychotic that lack those traits,
mm,
but not the
mhm,
majority of humans. The collective conscience should easily be able to form towards a positive outcome. But instead, we allow these few to rule the masses with their
mm,
corrupt, absurd, just authoritarian, just demonic
mm,
styles of leadership. It's
yeah.
terrifying. And it's like every day I watch, and I've been saying the same thing for years. I've been saying the same thing. I say it every time.
Mhm,
Joe Biden wasn't going to be the hero. Donald Trump was never going to be the hero.
mm,
Obama was never going to be the hero.
mm.
George Jr. was never going to be the hero.
Wow.
And every time they parade these people out like they're going to be the next Messiah, but they are
Mm,
all charlatans working for the same people, going
yeah.
for the same goals. You may think the economy was better when Trump was in office because he wasn't going to war and doing all this. That was their point. That was why they did it that way. But he also pushed the vaccine. He did all the droning. He
Mhm.
signed whatever they wanted for Israel the whole time
Yep.
because of Jared Kushner and his daughter. Like, he's not on
Mm,
our side. He's not a good guy. That's not just because he called out some of the deep state people because they called him out. Just because
right.
you're on the same team and you don't like one of your teammates doesn't mean you're no longer teammates. Like,
Mm,
there's people on teams all the time. Oh man, I freaking hate that guy. I can't believe I
mm,
have to play on a freaking team with this guy.
right,
And it's
right.
like, yeah, well, you still have to figure out how to work together. Well, they have centuries. They've been working at these plans not since last week. They've talked
Right,
about
right.
30 years ago what they're planning on doing right now. You'll have nothing and you will be happy. That is
Mm,
that is the reality. That's
yeah,
what they are asserting towards is making
right.
sure we have nothing.
Mm, it's true.
Exactly. If you've been lobbied, if you've been part of our government up to this point, basically it's almost it's we need to fire everybody and restart with the program we had and do a
Mm,
reset and make sure that we don't allow capitalism to begin the rise to monopoly like it did in the
mhm,
1920s with the
mm,
um what was the family, the Rockefellers and stuff like
yeah,
that, who were creating monopolies, and we had to stop that. But the same thing goes today. You look at the names who are still the people that are in charge. It's the
yep,
same people. It's the same. The Rockefellers are still there. They didn't go nowhere. They
yep,
just own international stuff. So now they skirt the American laws by owning international corporations and making the
mm,
same choices from that position. And if
mhm,
you think Donald Trump doesn't want his seat at that table, he doesn't just want the seat, he wants a leadership position. So if
yeah,
America goes into a world war this year and we collapse and the dollar goes down and we end up getting into a hot war that ends up on our shores or something like that, you think that he's going to stop it? Joe Biden pushed for it, and he's more than happy to fight for Israel and go.
yeah.
We're going for the oil, baby. Like, there we go. Do you think any
Oil.
of us citizens are going to get any of that money from that oil?
Mm-mm.
How often do they do corrupt schemes and then put the money in our pockets? We haven't had health care. We don't have proper housing. We don't have subsidies for people that need work. Like this is silly. This is absolutely silly. The United Corporations of America, it really is. It's a plutocracy. The only people who get to make decisions are the ones with the money who can pay for the lobby. And then you watch these people get into these government positions and say, "Hey, I'm here to make a change," and they may really mean it when they get there. But after a few
Yeah,
months being there, and they get
they
around
find out.
the bad guys, and they're like, "Trump drained the swamp." What are you talking about? The swamp isn't a couple of 15 people that the bank chose for him to put into positions. No, the swamp is the whole thing. The whole thing is a
Yeah.
swamp.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think of things in a micro, like in economics. You have your micro and you have your macro. And people are so hyper focused on the micro issues at this point that they're completely devoid of any comprehension of the macro level
Right.
of the mistakes they're making by trying to push their virtues and trying to push
Mhm.
their biases on each other. No, just because you feel a way doesn't mean that you're right. Even if
Yeah.
you are right, maybe I would agree you're right, but it doesn't mean shit to the next guy who doesn't believe you're right. He does not care that you believe you're right because he believes he is right as well. And if his family believes that he's right and they all back him, well, they're going to collectively work towards it. But at the same time, we all know what are the fundamentals in life. What do we all want? We want a warm place to sleep, food in our bellies,
Yep.
the confidence that we're going to be able to make it through the day, that we have a
Mm.
job, and
Yeah.
just that's what everybody is seeking.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not everybody. Maybe there are some people that really do just really want to burn the world down every single day, and that's what they live for. And those people exist. But if we don't call them for who they are when they make these
Right.
ballistic, outrageous calls to do horrible things in the name of
Mm.
religion or a party of a government
Right.
or anything. If you're fighting in the name of something so much, you're probably fighting for something bad. I've come to that term in my life. Like if you're telling me that you're righteous because of your religion, I immediately write you off as unrighteous.
Mm.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're telling me that the only reason that this makes sense is because your book told you to do this, I don't care which book it is and which religion. They all have horrible stuff in them. They all have some good stuff, and I've read them all. I've read every single religious text I can get my hands on since I was a kid, and every base translation I could find, so I could find the most aligned with this old stuff and stuff, like Greek Bible and all that. It's like, yeah, there's great stuff in there. Be kind to your neighbor, like treat others how you want to be treated. Altruism is in Muslim culture and Buddhism and Hindu and all that. We don't believe there is a God. We believe there's many gods, and maybe we are all gods, or maybe everything is a God. But we don't really try to name the complexity. We put names to it, but it's the reality that we're all working towards the same goal of altruism. And if that's truly the world's goal, well, then I would say go with Muslims. But then you see the Muslim heads of Muslim groups out there just saying the same hateful stuff just from the other side. And it's like, well, you're not superior then. You're not any better.
Right.
Like, if you're fighting in the name of something and you're saying that you're allowed to do something horrible because of something like that, oh, we're the Republicans, so we're allowed to say horrible things about the Democrats. Like, I'm a man, so I'm allowed to say something horrible about a woman because through time we've learned that all these things are not okay. Women's suffrage was a real freaking thing. I explained it to my son the other day. He heard a joke about somebody saying like women not allowed to do something. He's like, why wouldn't a woman be allowed? I'm like, buddy, I'm telling you, 50 years ago, women couldn't fucking vote.
It's true.
They weren't allowed to own businesses. It was so hard for them to get positions in political positions. They were basically told, do what your husband tells you to do, or else you are not good enough. and
Mm.
he can beat you if he wants. That's really and
Wow.
stuff that he's allowed.
Yeah.
Read the Bible. It says if your wife doesn't do exactly what you say, you're allowed to just beat her. What? And people argue that with me. I'm like, it's in like it's 6 of the books where they tell that men have the dominance over women.
Mm.
Why do you think it held for so long? Like, what you really think sexism wasn't a thing? Yeah, I get it. Most of the time, genetically, women are not as physically big as men. Well, they also sat at home and were told that they weren't allowed to do anything for millennia. Duh. I'm sure if you had a bunch of women who sat around and lifted weights and pulled rocks their whole life, you know, that'd be different. But they didn't. Back in the day, they had to have women were necessity was to have more kids because kids didn't live. Like people's babies died. You know, women died giving birth a lot more because they didn't have hospitals, you know, in the ancient times. And it's like you gotta understand that it's like there were roles that were set because the world made those the rules, but the world has changed, and you have to change with the world at the same time. You have to recognize that these changes have occurred, and the people that come after you may not recognize those changes. They may not recognize it at all. They may not know it because I look at kids that I talk to today. I go, you weren't even alive for 9/11.
Nope.
I talk to old guys and they're like, yeah, the Vietnam War, the Korean War. I wasn't alive. They live it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
You talk to Hitler Youth, these people that are 80, 90 years old now. And then the Jewish families that you know, they can remember the Holocaust.
Yeah.
They can remember it. They were there.
They were there.
You can tell them, oh, it didn't happen. This didn't happen. They're like, okay, but something did happen. You can say whatever you want, but those people lived it. You can pretend you know more than other people, but unless you've experienced something, you can never really make a true judgment.
Right. It's true. It's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just so disappointed in our country. It really it hurts me to see so many people that I've stood alongside with for decades, as we say, we're proud of our country, and I really felt like I was part of something, that we were working towards something positive when I was a kid. I really thought our country was trying to do something positive. And then as I got into my teens and started watching Alex Jones, and people were like, oh, he's a psycho. And he's like, no, I'm trying to tell you, there's a child pedophile cabal, and they're turning the frogs gay and all this. And, you know, 25 years ago, people were like, "Ah, he's so stupid. This guy don't know nothing." And now today, they had to sue him for $250 million because they had to try and shut him down to the point where he can't say anything, because people finally are going, "Oh, holy shit, he wasn't lying." Like,
right.
No, that's the whole point. The guy does this from a journalist perspective, and then he puts his opinions in later, like every other journalist.
Right. That's crazy.
It's hard to believe that Alex Jones has become a martyr for good. He's still a reject, but the other day when he was on an interview I was watching, somebody said, "So do you think Trump is the best?" So he's like, "You back Trump, right? You're going to vote for Trump." He's like, "Why would I vote for Trump?" He's like, "We already had 4 years of Trump. Did anything change?" He's like, all these people that just don't see this yet. He's like, yes, he's hated by the deep state, but that doesn't make him any less of the deep state. And I'm like, thank you. I've been trying to tell people this for fucking years. This is ridiculous. This guy is not your friend. He is not. Go ask him for $1. I say it all the time. Go ask him for $1. You ain't even going to be able to walk up to him. He ain't going to let you near him. He's going to have security and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Your friend, and if he is, it's for face, because he's a businessman. He's a real estate tycoon. That's who he is.
True.
It's
different. He's different. Yeah. That's
like I mean, look at RFK. When RFK popped out, everybody's like, "Oh, he's the guy who stands up for the truth and all this." I'm like, yeah, in COVID. And now that COVID is basically over and everybody has read the tea leaves, besides a few, now they can parade him around saying, see, he was the smart guy who knew about COVID. Like, yeah, he's also the dickhead who's going right along with the Israel stuff. His family when he was younger, him and his brothers were all suited to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh,
They were suitors. Ghislaine was part of a family, like a big rich family,
oh,
and they were trying to have her marry one of the Kennedy sons.
holy smokes!
So when they asked him, hey, you know, what's this with you going to Epstein's Island? He's like, well, I've always been friends with Ghislaine. And he was like standing up for her.
Oh,
Like, guys, open your eyes. This is Bernie of this election. This is the Cornel West of this election. Somebody they parade around to grab the fringe votes. And at the end of the day, we'll say, you just have to back the Democratic Party because that's who we are. And it's like, yeah, they're trying to do the same thing, but everybody called it for what it was. And now everybody's starting to realize, oh, well, he's not what he said he was. So none of them are. Vivek Ramaswamy, that guy is saying right thing after right thing after right thing, calling out all these scumbags, doing the same thing Trump did, just with brown skin. That's the only difference I can see. Because he's saying all the same things Trump would say, calling people out just in a less erratic version of it. But then he follows it with, we have to fight China. We need to send troops into Mexico to take down the cartels. Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like you were doing so good. And it's like you just rang the bell. You rang the bell, man. Like I was sitting there telling people, like, at least give the guy a shot. Let's see what he says. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. Typically, I would vote Democrat if they were actually a liberal,
right?
Or of that sense, like progressive was not my thing, but a liberal, somebody, sure, you do you, I'll do me. Laissez-faire. Like we all have our way. As long as your way doesn't intrude on my way, then we should be able to get along. It's a big place. This world's a big place. We should all be able to just do our thing. If you don't put your nose into my business, I don't care what you're doing in yours. If you want to sit at home and hate everybody in the world, well, that's great. But the second you bring that to my table, then now I have a problem. And it's like I don't have time for it. And it's like I hear like when I say Vivek, I'm like, man, he was doing so good, and then suddenly the hate pops out, and it's like you're the same names, the same people, the same hate that goes around. It's reciprocal. It's cyclical. It's the same stuff over and over again. It's like I really wish people would just recognize and just see that it doesn't have to be a battle. Everything doesn't have to be a battle against your neighbor. It doesn't have to be a battle against your opponent. Like people play a basketball game for millions of dollars, and then they get done at the end of the game. And even though the team they really wanted to win, the team that lost goes up and they still shake the hands of the person on the other side. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
So we all understand the concept.
Yeah.
So if your intentions are to say, here, let's play a game until I can prove that everything that I say is right, and now we're going to change the rules because you lost. Imagine that. All right, hey, we won this game, so now you don't get to have a power forward next game.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Just writing lines that don't exist.
Yeah, United Corporations of America. That's right.
That's exactly right.
It's crazy. Bill?
Well, let's say I've hit the 2-hour mark, and you know me, I'll jibber jabber for the next 5 hours. I've literally recently I'm about to just jump back into the politics stuff because I'm I'm sick of it. Not no, you're not allowed. Laura says I'm not allowed though.
You're not allowed. Yeah, I kind of figured she'd say that.
But no, if I do, I have to go over onto Rumble. I'll just start streaming on Rumble strictly for that type of stuff. And really, it doesn't have to be much of anything. I'll write a quick outline. I'll put a green screen behind me and actually try to have a background for it instead of my room behind me. I've gotten so lazy about this stuff. When I was first doing it, I was putting up backgrounds and blurring stuff and doing all different things, making sure ads weren't showing up. Like, It's not like I monetize or care anyway. So
Yeah.
like I'll just leave it as it is. But if I go back over and I do another show, well, then I'll take that serious. That's a lot different. That was like the what do you know? You're not alone. I took that serious, and I didn't get a lot of viewers, but it's quality. There's some quality to it.
Yeah.
There's quality information all through it.
No, that's cool.
It's very, very good that it'll be a timeless thing. So if I can do the same thing and basically just like the music, I do a song today and then, I look back on it later and I say, look at how I've improved. Well, the same idea. I like looking back at social media as bad as it is for spreading the hate and everything. I look back at my posts from 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I look back, at the beginning of Facebook and all this, and I go, wow, I've been saying the same things all along. Okay. At least I can verify that, there were points in time where I would have stood up. I stood up for things that I didn't agree with shortly after, and I would call myself on it at the times. And I was always willing to say everything that I felt nobody else was willing to say.
Right.
And then I paid for it. And now I think it's been long enough, and I think Rumble is just the type of free for all that I might be able to get away with it. Yeah, I'm guessing that they keep telling me it's the free free speech platform. Go in there. It is. Say everything. Say whatever you want. And we're going to mark it all down and we're going to write it all here. And then if we ever need to hold this against you, your chats, your video selections, it's all going to be in their database ready to use against you. So I always say, it's free speech, but you might want to watch what your free speech is. Because it may end up coming back to haunt you later. So
yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But
that's cool.
Well, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming by and jibber jabbering. We'll have to actually do some singing next time.
Oh yeah,
I think I'm gonna go pick out. I need some recommendations. If you have any songs you think I should give a shot to, let me know because I'm running out of ideas. I've literally got 2 books and then about a whole other book worth of songs sitting here now. So I've basically got like 3 books of songs, and I'm sick of playing all of them. So hopefully I can.
It's hard. It's hard.
I'm just glad I haven't lost interest.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't think you would.
I did. I was sure of it. I was sure I'd be bored of it by now, but I'm not. It's like I haven't learned. I'm barely moving. I'm learning every single time I pick up the guitar. I move my fingers a new way. I learn a new string combination. I move my fingers here to there. So
it's good.
Keep growing.
It's awesome.
Yep. You have yourself a good night. Tell Moses we said hello, and I'm gonna go eat everything in the kitchen. I think that's.
Oh my goodness.
Lala. She said, "Hi, Kelly. Bye, Kelly."
Hi. Good to see you or hear you.
Yeah, you can. You're always allowed to just tell me to shut up. It works. I'm used to.
No. I would never do that.
Start playing the music. What's it with that?
The
wrap it up music.
The wrap it up box. I've been watching Chappelle a lot lately. The last few days. Yeah. Oh yeah,
that. Wrap it up, B? Yeah.
Oh God, Ask a Black Dude with Paul Mooney has got to be one of the funniest segments that have ever happened. They're so short. They're very quick, but man, oh man, are they freaking funny. He's like, all right. They're like doing a movie reviews, and they go, all right, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. It's a blah blah blah. And he goes, no, that's another movie that offends me. He's like, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. First we have the Mexican with Brad Pitt. He's like, what next? The Last N-word on Earth with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, Paul Mooney is just, he was.
I remember when that movie.
Oh, it just makes no sense.
When that came out, I remember going, Tom Cruise is The Last Samurai. I thought the same thing. I was like,
I'm pretty sure that's Asian culture. Why did you pick the whitest guy who's already got plenty of money? Like, nobody out there could have played that part better, huh? Well, that's like Jack Reacher, same thing. Like, he's sitting there beating up guys 8 times the size and 8 of them at a time. And it's like,
Oh, get out of here! The guy on the show, though, somebody just told me I gotta watch the show though, and because the character is the guy from The Longest Yard who was enormous. So it's like, okay, well now
Yes.
the character makes freaking sense. Like that makes sense to me. So I think that's tonight's viewership. We'll go to that.
Cool. Right. Well, anyway,
All
well,
right.
good to see you.
Yeah,
I'll see you soon.
Wrap
I'm
it up.
sure.
Okay.